Hey Dad, what's today's daily crypto news?
One of the things that I think has been alluded to or mentioned often is, well, what happens when we do moon? I mean, once you moon, I mean, even after you moon, values may still go up and down. It'll range at a much higher value though, but being that it's a volatile asset, it won't be as volatile, but it'll still go up and down. I mean, think about it. Even gold, it doesn't hold a specific value. It goes up and down also over time. So I believe many digital assets will do the same, and in our case, it's XRP. So what's the thinking after that, right? How do you get your money? Well, I like the thought process that this young man here goes through, because that's pretty much what the things we're going to be considering in our case, right? Well, what is it in a nutshell?
Monetizing our holdings.
How?
Well, right now there's...
Are you going to sell them or borrow against them?
Borrow against them.
There you go. And that's what we're talking about. So let's take a quick look here. All right? This is what he's talking about here. How this would work. Well, number one, you buy $10,000 of the store of value coin, your coin of choice, right? In our case, it's XRP. Two, a year later, it hits $1 million. Well, in our case, it's 6, 7, maybe 10 years later, right? Because we're thinking 2030 in my mind, so we'll see. So let's say it hits the value that we're aiming for, our goal, whatever that is. Then number three, you're feeling good about it. Now you want to buy a house, you want to buy a business, you want to do other things with it. What do? Well, let's take a look. Or in this case, buy a house for your family if you'd like. So number four, normally you'd need to sell that asset to get the gains from it to go buy the house. Well, after that, you don't have the asset anymore, right? You just have a house. It may appreciate in value over time, but not quite the same. So number five, but if the store of value coin can be used as collateral, and that's the key, then I can just get a loan against it. Number six, never need to sell. And seven, repeat the cycle up and up. Now you can pause and copy that or read through that just to kind of get that into, absorb that information. But this is one of the things that I like about the Flare network. With Flare, and again, I'm not doing anything with these companies until there's a legislation, so it gives me recourse, because I want to be able to know that I can be made whole in case the financial institution messes up. As we have it now with banks. Banks mess up, credit card companies mess up, we're made whole. We want the same kind of thing, I think, right? I hope you follow that logic. So what Flare is doing is they're taking your XRP and they're wrapping it, and they're lending out a certain percentage of its value. And whoever they're lending that value out to has to put up collateral. There's an old saying, OPM, other people's money. Well, that's kind of how that works. And people will be borrowing your FXRP. Meaning, like, let's say the people don't pay on the loan, they don't make good on the loan. Well, your XRP is always going to be safe because what was lent to them was FXRP. A representation of your XRP, if you will. But again, since there's no legislation, you have no recourse. However, a platform like that, once legislation is in place, makes me feel warm and fuzzy. Makes me feel like I can go and do exactly what he's outlining here, lend out the value of my XRP to earn yield if I want to, or I can take it to the bank and say, hey, I have this much in XRP. Let's say you have $1 million. Maybe the bank says, all right, we'll lend you 60, 70% of that in real money. The other thing is you get around what when you borrow against your money instead of taking income?
The capital gains tax from pulling out your investment.
No. Income tax.
Oh, income tax, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, capital gains also. No, you're right.
No,
both.
yeah.
Both.
Okay.
Well, yield, you're going to get hit with income taxes on the yield. No, those are investment returning. Yeah, that's what is it? Capital? Yeah, that is capital gains tax, I think.
But
it's got to be a CPA out there.
Isn't Trump trying to get rid of that too for crypto investment?
If you sell the asset,
okay,
which we don't want to do, right?
Yeah.
If you sell your U.S.-based crypto, the idea from President Trump is not to tax you on the capital gain there.
But they have to be American-based, right?
Yeah, that's the stipulation. But I'm trying to think. That's I think that's taxed as income. The interest returns on a CD, maybe, I don't know. I haven't used CDs in forever, so I have no idea. The things I invest in make me a lot more money. But in any case, that's what you want to do. You want to be able to borrow against it or get some yield from it safely so that you never have to sell the asset. And for that reason, this is a good way to continue to grow. Let's say you buy an appreciable asset, right? Rinse and repeat, he says, right? Say you buy, I don't know, a duplex.
Yeah.
You could buy a duplex. Start very simple, right? A duplex, wait about a year or two. You bought it because you borrowed against your XRP. And then after about a year or two, it appreciates. So what do you do after that? You can take the value. You know, you've heard about BRRRR method that people talk about in real estate investment.
Yep.
What is it? Borrow, refurbish, rent, and repeat, right? I think that's how it works.
Isn't it resell or no?
No, rent and repeat. Yeah.
You're right.
So borrow, refurbish, rent, and repeat. Some people add a few more R's, but that's the gist of it. So basically, from that one property, you can get more properties, but you can also refinance and get more value out of your XRP because chances are it might even grow over time. And the asset beneath it, which will be these properties, will grow as well. So that's one way that you can continue to grow your net assets without selling any of your appreciable assets, which we're focusing more on the digital asset there, XRP, but you'll also have appreciable assets underneath it, which would be these duplexes, just to make it very simple. So this is just the kind of thinking that you need to be going through in your mind, especially if you have a sizable bag. Chances are you're going to be looking at a very different reality 3, 4, 5 years down the road. And I think this is going to be something that a lot of people are going to be doing. And if you're looking for properties in Houston, you can go to my girl and my boy. They work together, and they're mostly focused on commercial real estate. But that's the kind of thinking that most people, I think, are going to have. I know that's what they're going to be doing, and I am too. I'm not going to be doing residential. I'll probably be doing mostly commercial, and a few other things that I have in my mind. But I won't share that with you because that's just for me. In any case, guys, I hope you like this information. Let us know what you think in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, and bookmark. And we'll see you on the next one. Till next time.
Adios, amigos.